It's getting started with algorithmic trading. So something that we've been doing for several years now, been growing out, building some very cool bots. You can get to know some of our students throughout this, but here's our agenda for today. Right, here's our agenda for today. We're going to get to know, first of all, who is on the call. Then we're going to do an introduction to kind of our company and what we're up to and what we do. And then we're going to go into algorithmic trading, what this is all about, why do you care, why does it matter, right? If you've done some of this before or not, we'll talk about this. We'll show you a demo, right? And we're going to talk about the course, right? Okay, welcome guys. We're starting to see some people come in. It's very nice. Okay, so let's start to get to know you guys a little bit on this call, right? So what I'd like you guys to do is to type this into the chat, and I'll start off with this as well. It's three different things. You know, what is your occupation? What do you do for a living? What is it that, you know, funds your lifestyle? Do you know how to program or code? Have you ever written C, C++, Python, JavaScript, anything like that? And how much investment experience do you have? Have you been a Robinhood investor since the beginning? Have you been doing a lot of crypto? You know, how much time have you spent investing, and how long has this been for you? All right, so we got the chat open here. So I'm going to start this off. And my occupation, so I am a CEO of Lumi Wealth, right? My job is to make sure that you guys are happy, really, you know. So it's really all about making sure we have happy customers. What we teach is how to build trading algorithms, right? We've had some very successful people through our classes that have done quite well, built some pretty amazing things. We also, as a company, are building out, you know, some SaaS products I think you guys really like a marketplace for algorithms, what we're building. It's going to be very cool. You know, so that's my occupation. You know, do you know how to program or code? Yes, I've been coding for about 20 years. It's been quite a while. Been a long time since I've been coding. And how much investment experience do you have? I started pretty much back in 2006. 2008 was a big learning experience, and then since then did quite well. We can talk about some of my investment experience since then, but you know, we've been doing this for some time. I took my master's of finance throughout this whole experience. Very good learning experience during that. I'm going to check for a chat here. If you guys want to write anything, if you want to communicate, registered nurse, there you go, perfect. Coding experience, I started with crypto in 2020, but I wasn't very successful at it. I mean, in 2020, we had a very bullish market in crypto. What was it that you bought? What did you get into? What were you trying to do? You know, because it was a very bullish market around that time, right? I'd love to know what it is that you were doing during that time, and kind of what strategies you were taking. It'd be really cool to know. Welcome, Stacy. All right, okay. So let's do a quick introduction, right? Stacy, please feel free to write that out. So introduction, kind of a couple things. So who am I? So my name is Robert. I've been running Lumi Wealth for almost 3 years now. It's been some time. Before that, I was in the crypto space. I helped start a company called Voyager, employee number 4. I think that company's worth about $1 billion now, which is pretty cool. Very early stage in that company. Before that, I worked on Wall Street. I also got a master's in finance. So been in this space for quite some time. It's you know, a very strong believer of the future of crypto, very strong believer in the future of automation in the form of investments, right? And that's what we're working on, right? So that's who I am. It's also a little bit of what Lumi Wealth is, right? So what is Lumi Wealth? It's pretty much that ideology. of using technology to improve your investment returns, to make you better off financially using tech. Right? So we also have so YouTube. I'm going to share with you a YouTube link to our channel. I'll put this into the chat with you guys. There we go. All right, so that's our YouTube channel. And basically, if you go to this, we have lots and lots of stuff in here. I strongly suggest that you come here, sign up, um, subscribe to our channel. We have we have over 1,000 subscribers now. It's brand new. We've been growing quite quickly as a channel, which is awesome. Lots of stuff in here. You want to get to know a little bit about blockchain, algorithmic trading, options trading. We have some of our strategies they can take a look at, how they've been doing. We have a lot of really good content here, and I'd strongly suggest that you check it out. It's growing by the minute. We've passed 1,000 subscribers now, which is great. I think that gives us some new features, which I got to look into. But it's amazing. We've been growing quite a bit. So make sure you follow us. YouTube, Lumi Wealth. You can also search for Lumi Wealth. Right, find us there. And we're going to be the first ones that show up with this light bulb right here. It's blue light bulb. Right. Okay. So by the way, guys, I love seeing this. I love it when we're interactive during these types of things. So please feel free to write any messages if you have any questions about anything, or if you want to know, dig deeper into anything that we're doing. Please let me know, and I'm going to be reading your messages going forward. Right. Okay, so we also have, so that's our YouTube. We also have a Discord channel, right, which is awesome. By the way, here's a preview of it, our Discord channel. It's kind of like Slack. It's kind of like a chat type thing, right? You can learn a lot from people that have done well. So, for example, Santayan, talking recently about his returns, he started $20,000 last year and ended with 124,000 within the past year, which is amazing. I'm very happy he did this. One of our good students, this guy's done very well for himself, 6 times the investment. There's being able to use technology to improve your investment returns. There's a lot of really good things that you could do. I think Santayan is a very good, one of our best students. I think he's a good person to learn from. But if you want to get to know these people, right, you can talk to this guy, right? It's not like some secret thing. And I'd love to hear your thoughts about this and whatnot. I'm going to post this here into our chat. Stacy says, I tried to do day trading, but being extremely new to crypto, there was a learning curve. Absolutely. That makes sense. I made some money, just needed more information on how to do it. Yeah, absolutely. So Stacy, one thing that we do a lot in our courses is we do a lot of back testing, right? So if you want to figure out, is this strategy going to work? Is this going to make me money or not? We basically teach you how to use data from the past, right? How would it have worked last year or the year before that if I had invested in this and this and way? Like if RSI was high, I sold. If it was low, I bought. If I had followed this strategy for the past 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, what would my return have been, right? And our risk profile and all that. We can learn about, is this a strategy that we want to do in the future, right? So we back test, we find out how it did in the past to find out, is this going to be something that's going to make us money in the future, right? So, trying to understand more information about how to invest and how to put money into crypto. I mean, we do a lot of that. We do a lot of back testing. We do a lot of data. We also have a very vibrant community. Some of the people that have been in our community have done very, very well. I'd suggest a few people to speak to, right? But have done very well in our community. I think speaks for itself. So that's what this link is really about, the Discord community, right? Join this community. We have some great people on here. Santayan doing very well for himself. We also have Adam, who's done quite well. We also have some very good investment advisors. We have great people on here is join in and join the discussion. And that's basically what it is. When you get into our courses, by the way, you join our courses, you also get access to these locked channels. Notice there's locks around this, right? You also get access to these and our voice channels when you join our courses as well. Okay, so that's our Discord. And then please ask questions throughout. You guys keep joining. It's awesome. Welcome to the webinar, everyone new here. If you have questions, please post them in the chat here, right? You should see this as this little button, chat button. I think you guys probably see what I'm clicking on. Click on that, type in, do I have any questions or whatever you want to learn more about. I love it when this is interactive, right? Interactivity is fantastic. Ask me anything, you know? We're trying to build something great here. And just let me know, if you have any questions about anything or what we're going through, right? Okay, so let's talk about algorithmic trading, right? So you joined this webinar really to learn about algo trading, right? Let's talk about what this is and why does this matter, and how can you be good at this as well, right? So first of all, what is algo trading? Algo trading is really about using software to analyze data and make trades, which basically means, there's a lot of hedge funds doing this, and we'll talk about that in a second. But, there's so much data in this world. There's so much information, right? We've automated almost everything that we do. It doesn't make sense to automate and use data to understand your investments, right? Most of the best investment advisors or companies or hedge funds, they all use these techniques around data analysis, and data science, that sort of thing, to really inform their decisions and figure out how do we do better with our investments. That's basically what we talk about here in algo trading. We talk about how do we use data to improve your decisions, and then also, and you don't have to do this, most people opt to do this, is how do you take that data to automatically buy or sell and automate your transactions for you, right? That's what algorithmic trading is all about. So two sides, the data side of it and the actual mechanics of buying, selling, and that sort of thing, right? Right. So we talk about, we can provide trading alerts, or we can actually execute trades, or we can do both, right? So some people want to get, text messages when something goes through. No problem. We can do that sort of thing too. But a lot of people just want to have this executed very quickly for them because you have an advantage because of the algorithm, right? I'm gonna check here. So again, feel free to write anything as we're talking about all this stuff. Love to have this interactive, right? So feel free to put something into the chat here. I'm going to be checking periodically, all right? Okay, so we've talked about what algo trading is. Let's talk about who's done algo trading and how they've done. So one of the better companies in the space is Renaissance Technologies. These guys are arguably the best hedge fund that's ever exists, ever, period, end of story. These guys have been around for 30, 40 years. They've made 39% average returns. Absolutely incredible. If you've gone through this whole thing of crypto and you've made 1,000% or something, how sustainable is that? Like, these people have made money for the past 30 or 40 years consistently, 40 or 39% per year. All right, and we'll talk about what that actually means. This is one of the biggest hedge funds of all time, by the way. These guys are there's actually a book, and we'll talk about this book in a second, but about their founder, who was a mathematician and basically helped create algorithms that trade specific things, right? So they are purely software, this hedge fund, pretty much, and it's all software dictating what they do, right? And they've been able to achieve very good returns over a very long period of time. And they're one of the biggest hedge funds ever, really. Last time I checked, they manage $110 billion in assets. I think they could be much bigger, actually, but they turned down a lot of investors. That's because you know, they're trying to scale their strategies. They don't want to have to pay other people for this. So they actually keep their fund quite small, right? And this is small for them, $110 billion. But they've done very, very well for themselves, right? So 39% average annual return. To put that into perspective, a stock market makes around 10% on average, let's say. So you put $1,000 for 30 years, you end up with something like $17,000, right? 17 times your investment after 30 years. If you're the stock market, the average 10%. We could say 12%, we could say 9, right? It depends on the time period. But about, you know, $1,000 turns into 17,000, right? Now, if you were these guys, Renaissance Technologies, one of the best people in the world, actually at algorithmic trading, these guys are amazing. 39% instead of 10%, right? We talk about 10%, 39%. If you put $1,000 in for 30 years, you wouldn't have $17,000. Talk about $17,000 before. You'd end up with 19.5 million, right? It's the difference in compounding, right? So being able to, the difference between 10%, 20%, or 30% is huge, it's massive, right? So we're trying to increase your percentage. We're trying to increase your returns, even just by a little bit, will make you significantly better off in the future. If you want to learn a little bit about the person who did this, he's a fascinating read, by the way. Jim Simmons is the guy who created this fund. This is a bestseller, very well rated, actually. It's good. But this book, fantastic read. It's about the man who solved the market, right? It's about Jim Simmons, who created a hedge fund based on mathematics, based on, you know, algorithms, right? And has done very well. Continues to do very well. It's kind of one of those things. You just build software and just set it, forget it, and we're making money over a long run, right? It's a great, great book. Learning about what they did. These guys, they start off with, you know, starting a business and trying to do this. Couldn't figure it out for the first year or two. And then when things started to work, things started to really work. These guys are like buying mansions and like forgetting that they even existed. They're like incredibly wealthy, all of these guys. Jim Simmons is one of the richest people in the world. I think he's worth around $10 billion. Incredible read, honestly. I'd strongly suggest you guys read this. I'll put this into the chat as well, just because I think it's a really good thing to read. Man who solved the markets. All right, cool. So that's Renaissance, but Renaissance is not the only ones that did this, right? Like, you know, using algorithms to make money. There's also other companies. Two Sigma is another one. These guys right here. Last time I checked, they had 60 billion in assets. They're probably much bigger by now. It's been about a year since then. You know, these guys beat the market consistently, and they do it using algorithms, using data, right? Think about Google. Why is Google better than traditional advertisers, right? Same reason why these investment firms that use data are better than Yellow Pages versus Google, kind of thing. You know? Citadel is another one. These guys are doing very well lately. Been in the news, you know, positive, negative, whatever we think about them. They're very profitable. This is a very strong company in the space, have made a lot of money doing this sort of thing. Bridgewater is another one. Ray Dalio, he's been in the news a lot lately. Biggest hedge fund, I think, in the world, actually. Use a lot of data to inform his decisions. If you ever read his essays and all that, he brings in a lot of data and he uses that for his decision making, and that's really a big thing. You know, we also have D.E. Shaw, and this one's really cool. So there's someone that you guys definitely know has worked at D.E. Shaw, and please type this out. I'm gonna watch for your responses. Do you guys know who worked at D.E. Shaw? Someone famous that you know for sure. It's a hedge fund in New York City. I'm gonna wait for a second to see what you guys think. It's one of the largest hedge funds in the world. Very successful. They use algorithms and they use data to predict stock movements going forward. D.E. Shaw. Let me check in the chat. All right, so the person who's worked at D.E. Shaw, and you guys definitely know who this person is Jeff Bezos, right? So if you guys heard the story, Jeff used to work at a New York hedge fund, D.E. Shaw, that's these guys, and basically it was using software to figure out how to place investments, right? It's like, how much money did these guys make, how many people are in their store, measuring things using data science to do things, maybe nascent early stage AI. And with all that data, they did very well. D Shaw is one of the most successful hedge funds in the world. When Jeff Bezos was there, he actually went through all their data, and that's how he came up with the idea of Amazon. Right? The story goes that he was looking through the data and he saw the speed that internet was growing at, right? And as part of their financial models and all that. And everyone, the whole firm was very excited about it. Of course, as the big tech bubble kind of happened for that. So he took that, he made his own idea, and he decided to start his own company called Amazon. The rest is history. One of the richest people on earth, right? Started off at D.E. Shaw, an algorithmic trading company. So when you are in this kind of situation, when you're around these types of people, you're definitely in the right space. You're definitely around the right types of people if you want to improve your wealth. So you're around very good people to learn from. I'm just checking the chat here. All right, great. So let me show you guys. This is probably what you guys are most interested in is a demo of some of the trading algorithms and how they work. All right, so I'm going to play a video for you, and I need to make sure that you guys can see this. We're using a new software right now. I want to make sure you guys can see the video I'm going to play. So I'm going to play this for you. We obviously can't do this right now because the markets are closed. But I can show you a demo of some of our trading bots trading live if the market was open, and you can see all that going through. Okay? So let me play this video for you right now. Cool. Okay. So this is, I'm going to show you a couple of different trading strategies that we show you, first of all, in the courses, and that you can employ yourself. It's pretty easy for you to get these up and running. I've had people that have never coded a day in their lives and have these strategies running within just a few weeks. So even if you don't know how to code, don't feel like you have to shy away from this, whatever. I'm going to be showing you a bunch of code here, but really it's not that difficult to learn. We've been able to teach a lot of people that have never coded before in their lives, right? Okay, so here, let's show you a demo of some of our different trading strategies. Yeah. So there's a couple I want to show you today. We have some new ones, like I was saying. Okay. So I want to show you, first of all, our fast trading strategy, just because a lot of people, whenever they think algo trading, they want to be able to trade really quickly, get in and out of things very fast, and analyze a lot of things. So what I'm doing here is I'm running this fast trading strategy. You see here, we go into our broker. It was nothing, and now it bought a whole bunch of stuff automatically by itself. Okay. And let me describe to you essentially what this strategy is doing. Okay. Here is the code. The code is fairly straightforward. It's not that long, right? So it looks like 160 lines of code, but a lot of it is boilerplate stuff, and a lot of it is like kind of just tracking things and whatnot. It's very easy for you guys to get something like this up and running. Essentially, what it does is it looks at these symbols here, right? SPY, gold, TLT, Microsoft, Tesla, etc. Right? We're looking at all those symbols and basically saying which one has done the best over the past 1 minute, right? And whichever one did the best, has had a momentum, the best momentum. It keeps the top four, okay? And we'll keep swapping them out. So if we watch this here, we see the top four we have right now is TLT, XPXS, XPXL, and MCHI. Those are best over 1 minute. You see that just swapped. We just bought some gold. So it sold TLT and bought gold. Okay. And if we leave this running, you'll see, basically you'll do this all day long, right? You don't have to be in front of your computer. You could have this thing running in the cloud. You could have this thing running off your computer. And it'll just keep trading for you all day long, right? Now, this is a strategy that, follows momentum, but you could just as easily do a lot of other things with this, right? You could use technical analysis for this, right? I know a lot of people like looking at charts and support resistance, that sort of thing, you could use that, right? You could use things like RSI or pivot points or VWAP, right? You could use all those types of things to influence which stocks you want to own and have like a, we have our top 10 stocks, and based on our criteria, we keep the top 4. You can trade throughout the day doing that sort of thing. So this is very flexible. There's a lot of different things that you can do with this. And this is just a demo to kind of show you, this fast trading, how it moves in and out. If we give it another minute, it should actually flip things around. We'll give it, so it executes once every minute. We give it a little bit more time, it'll swap things out. Oh, there you go. Okay, I just did that. So it sold the gold. Remember, you guys saw the gold. It sold that, and it sold our MCHI. So we sold 2 of those things, and it bought SPY and it bought Microsoft, right? And that's because those have been the ones that are doing the best over the past minute, and just kind of hold on to them, right? It's just a simple momentum strategy. But like I said, there's a lot of other things that you could convert this into. Use any kind of technical analysis you want, or any kind of criteria that you want to do this short trading, right? This is something I'll be like throughout the day, intraday, quickly getting in and out of things, right? All right, okay, so that's our fast trading strategy. Let's show you our technical analysis strategy, right? Because this one is, we could basically take what we did in the last one, okay? And we can do the same thing, or we could use essentially, what we did in the last one. We could apply this sort of stuff for technical analysis type of stuff, right? So what this one does is sorry, there's a question here on chat. I want to do trading. Day trading will help me with that. Yes, absolutely, will help you with day trading. Yeah. So last strategy that I just showed you, the fast trading, is very well suited for day trading, right? So what you would do is you would take something like that and combine it with maybe a technical. It depends on how you trade, right? If you trade, support resistance, if you trade using VWAP, if you trade using some sort of technical analysis, RSIs or Bollinger Bands or whatever, we could implement all that kind of stuff, right? So here is a technical analysis strategy. This one trades a little slower, but you can mix the two together, right? You can make it so that the last one that we had takes the top 4 stocks, right? This one, what it does is it trades based off of RSI, right? So it looks at the RSI of SPY, right? And if RSI falls below 33, okay, so it's looking at the RSI for SPY, and it has 2 stocks that it trades, okay? It has SPY and TLT, okay? It has the 2 of them, okay? And they're normally 60-40, which is kind of like what investment advisors recommend, 60% stocks, 40% bonds, right? But when the RSI gets too high on SPY, which means kind of like it's overbought, right, is what we call it with RSI terms. When it's overbought, then we say, okay, let's get out of SPY and only buy TLT. So we sell our SPY, go 100% to TLT. And then the opposite situation, when SPY falls too much and RSI is low, then we will sell all of our TLT and only buy SPY, right? So it's changing weightings in our stocks based off of this criteria of a technical analysis, right? Technical indicator, okay? So if we see it trading right now, you'll see it bought 60-40 SPY, so 60% of money, of 50,000 is put into SPY automatically, right? And TLT, the other 20,000, right? The other 40%. Okay? If this is a time when SPY was too high, it would automatically sell SPY and get into TLT. Or if the opposite happened, if SPY fell a lot, it will do the flip as well. You can do this much faster. You can do this with many stocks throughout the day. And you can use a lot of other types of technical analysis as well. So we use this library, right? You could use Bollinger Bands, right? You could use, some of these things I don't even know what they are. Average true range, you could use that. Bollinger Bands, you could use moving averages, crossing, you could use MACD, all sorts of different things that you could use to trade with. RSI, stochastic RSI, right? Lots and lots of different things that you could use to trade. And you can trade throughout the day, buying and selling things automatically based on your criteria, right? You don't have to be at your computer. You don't have to be paying attention to it. You can set up stop losses automatically, all that kind of stuff you can get through the bot, right? Okay, so that's our technical analysis strategy, right? Okay. I'm going to show you some cool new ones that we just made, right? So this is one that I think will probably resonate with a lot of you guys. This is a really fun one that we actually just created, and I'm actually in the process of testing exactly how well it does, but it is definitely a very interesting strategy. This is not the right, we're gonna get out of this. So this is a strategy that we call Reddit sentiment, okay? You get access to this strategy. If you join our classes, you get access to this strategy within our classes, right? We'll give this to you. You can use this, you can modify this. It's part of our library of different algorithms, right? Okay, so let me run this one here, okay? And let me explain to you kind of what it's doing, all right? So this strategy, what it does is it goes to, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wall Street bets. I feel like this has blown up in popularity recently. And of course, you guys, if you guys follow this sort of thing or know about this sort of thing, it's been influencing a lot of stocks lately, right? The increases in GameStop was because of this channel on Reddit. Basically, I think it's now, when I last checked, there's 1 million, but someone told me there's 4 million people on here. Everyone's discussing stocks, talking about, what to buy, what to sell, that sort of thing. And it actually has quite a bit of predictive power where, GameStop shot up a lot because of what happened on Wall Street bets. There's some people that got going and basically went through the roof, right? GameStop, AMC was another one that's like a big, we call it meme stock or Wall Street bet stock. There's a few other ones that are happening more recently, like Wish, and a few other ones that maybe you guys have missed out on. But if you had this bot that we've built out here, you won't have to, right? So what it does is it automatically downloads the hot topics within Wall Street bets, right? Downloads, you could specify exactly how much you want to download, right? And then it looks over all of those topics, reads all the comments, and uses some artificial intelligence, uses a bit of machine learning type stuff to figure out which stocks have the best sentiment, okay? And sentiment being whether people are saying they like them or not, right? I hate Wish, or I love Wish, or I think Wish is going to the moon, right? So you're going to read all those comments and tell you which stocks are, first of all, talked about the most and which ones have the best sentiment. So we see here, Apple, for example, does not have a very good sentiment. It's widely talked about. People don't seem to like it on Wall Street bets right now. Ones that they do like is this one here, 0.43 Wish. This one's been a hot topic for a while. If you look at the stock charts, by the way, it's gone up a lot. It's doubled over the past week or two, right? So that sentiment is high up there. We have GOEV. I don't even know what that is. This is talking about, people are talking about this on Wall Street bets. But in either case, what it did is automatically read all that kind of stuff and then bought the top ones for you, right? So let's take a look here. Boom. These are all the top stocks on Wall Street bets, right? It will automatically hold on to these and read actually these comments throughout the day and throughout the weeks. You could have this running in a server, running on your computer. It will automatically buy, in this case, the top 4 stocks that are talked about on Wall Street bets. Not only the ones that are the most popular, but also the ones that people have the best sentiment for, that people say they really like. Look at that. We just bought them and all of a sudden our money is already starting to go up. It's kind of fun to watch. Yeah, so this is a very interesting strategy. We're going to be actually testing this over the next little bit, and I'm thinking about putting some of our own funds money into this as well. All right, so look at that. We literally just bought it, and look at what happened to our stock price. Like it's literally within a minute, it's shooting up like crazy, right? And what this strategy will do is it'll just keep reading this all day long, right? And see, has it changed, right? If sentiments have changed, it will get rid of it, right? Or if sentiments have gone up for one, it will buy it, right? So it'll automatically be doing this stuff all day long, right? Definitely really cool. It's amazing how fast it's going up. So we have a question here. I have no coding experience. Will this program sync into my trading platform and auto execute the trades? It depends what trading platform you use, right? So if you have no coding experience, I wouldn't be too worried about it. We have a lot of people in our classes with no coding experience, and they've all been able to get bots up and running. So I wouldn't be too surprised about that. I wouldn't be too worried about that, right? Whether it links with your trading platform, it depends on what trading platform you're using, right? We have 2 brokers that we work with right off the bat. Yeah, so we use Alpaca, we use Interactive Brokers, and we're going to be adding in TradeStation soon. That's the next one that we're adding in. So if you use TradeStation, we'll probably have this built in within the next 2 months, right? So we are definitely going to be adding that in soon, right?
For Thinkorswim, they don't have API access. They have API access to something called TD Ameritrade. They don't give you access to the Thinkorswim platform. It's kind of a little weird there. So we recommend, actually, if you want to do like algo trading, TD Ameritrade is really not the best, right? They don't allow you to do paper trading, that sort of thing. And to be honest with you, it's really easy to switch brokers, right? Like to open up an account with Alpaca, like honestly, I think you can do this within 5 minutes, right? It's really easy to do that. So we work with them. We work with interactive brokers. We're going to be adding in TradeStation very soon, and then we're going to keep adding in more and more as we go. So you definitely have a lot of options there. This is amazing. Look at this. We literally just bought this, and we're already making like a bunch of money. The stock chart just shooting straight up. Yeah, changing brokers. Yeah, I agree with you, right? Changing brokers is not very difficult. It's really easy to do that. I really like TradeStation. They have great APIs, so we're going to be working with them soon. They also have crypto. They have futures. They have a lot of other stuff. So TradeStation's a really good one that we're going to be adding in. It's amazing, guys. I got to start running my own money in this strategy. We literally just built this like 2 days ago, so we're still testing it out. But it's amazing. Look at this. Literally in the course of this conversation, we've already made what, like $300 or something like that. It's just in the course of our talking right now. Cool strategy, right? So that's our Reddit trading strategy. If you have no coding experience, really not that hard for you guys to get this up and running. It's part of our code library, so you can actually start off with this. You can modify it however you want. You don't have to be an expert programmer to do this stuff, guys. You don't have to be some like whiz kid, because we give you a lot of these templates they can start off with, right? Okay, cool. So that's a Reddit sentiment. I'm going to show you one more. That one actually is really cool. I gotta run that one. I'm going to do that after this. I'm going to run in the cloud and have it go for a few days, test it out for a couple of days, because that's pretty impressive how well it did that quickly. Like I said, we just built this one like 2 days ago. Another one I want to show you guys, and this is one that we actually just put a bunch of our money into. I really like this strategy, and I'll tell you why, right? I'll tell you why through a back test, okay? So we teach you not only how to build the bots, we also teach you how to do the research behind it, as to, how are you going to be picking a strategy? Is this a good strategy for you to do or not, right? How do you find these strategies? And this is one way they can figure out whether a strategy is good for you or not, okay? What I'm doing right now is I'm running a back test, okay? So there's a back test for a strategy that we call diversified leverage, okay? And basically what we're doing is we're going from 2012, right? We're doing this because some of these ticker symbols didn't exist until 2012. From 2012 until 2021, so 9 years, okay? And we're seeing how would our strategy have done over the past 9 years? What kind of results would we have gotten, right? So the strategy in particular, the one that we're doing, is called this diversified leverage strategy, okay? And basically what it is this is like modern portfolio theory, right? If you talk to someone like a Ray Dalio, or you talk to like some of the most prominent investors in the world, they'll tell you diversify well. And the reason why you diversify well is because you want to make sure that you reduce your risk. If you reduce your risk, you can take on more, you can actually take on more risk and make more money, right? Essentially. So what this is we have a bunch of different ticker symbols we're in here. We're in the leveraged NASDAQ, so TQQQ, right? So it's the triple NASDAQ, right? So 3x the returns of the NASDAQ. If you look at the stock chart on this thing, it's wild. It's like up 1,600% in 2 years or something like that. It's crazy, right? But of course, also has its risks. There's a downside as well, right? So we want to protect against that. So we have 20% of our money into that. 10% of our money into UPRO, which is the leveraged S&P 500, 3x leveraged. Then we have 10% of our money into UDOW, which is a leveraged Dow Jones. Then we have 10% of our money in emerging markets, right? Leveraged emerging markets, right? 35% of our money in leveraged treasury bonds. So now we diversify, right? So we have in total 50% of our money in stocks, right? In leveraged stocks, right? And diversified around the world a little bit, right? And then we have the rest of our money in something to counterbalance that, right? To reduce our risks, to give us some good hedging, and to improve our returns without taking on too much risk, right? So we do that by having leveraged treasury bonds. So usually when stocks fall, treasury gets to go up and vice versa. So they're a really good hedge to have in a portfolio. We also have Barclays VIX, right? This is an interesting one. Basically, you lose money regularly, but when things fall apart, if like the stock market crashes, it'll go like up 5x. You'll make 500% of your money in like a day. right? And that's a really good hedge because if things fall, you want to be able to protect yourself, right? And we also have 5% of our money in gold. So this is one that actually I've put some of our money into, right? Not all, but some good chunk of our money into the strategy. And I'll tell you why, right? When we look at the back test, what we can see here is, look at this. So this is this strategy, okay, over that same time period, right? Over this 2012 to 2021, that 9 years there. So January 1st, 2012 to January 1st, 2021, right? So 9 years, yeah. Over that time period, the S&P 500 was up 17.5%, which is nice, right? If you're in this strategy, you would have made 28.9%. You would have almost doubled the stock market's returns, okay? Which is amazing, right? Like, obviously, that's, if you guys do the math behind this, this is the difference between when you retire, you could retire with $1 million versus 10 million, right? That's like the difference, right? Like, it's a very, very large difference when you have double the stock market's returns. Huge, huge payouts. This could be worth $9 million to you in the future. You know what I mean, this kind of differential, right? But okay, so it's great to have a higher returns. That's awesome, right? But we're not just talking about higher returns here. We're talking about higher returns while taking on the same amount or less risk. Okay. So over that same time period, so we doubled the stock market's returns, but we also had only a little bit of increase in our volatility. It's not too much more volatile, meaning this up and down thing. And our max drawdown is almost exactly the same, right? So meaning from the peak to the bottom, right? This is in last year, right? March, 2020, stock market fell 30%. From the very top to the very bottom, it fell 33%. Okay. If you were invested in this strategy, you would have also only lost about 33% at the same time period. So we have the same risk as the stock market, but we're making double the returns. That to me sounds incredibly impressive, right? Which is why we're putting some of our money into this, right? We diversify among different strategies. We don't put everything into one, but this was one when we're looking at 30% a year returns, sounds very appealing to me, right? So this one went ahead. When we go in here, you could see it automatically bought all these things for us, right? All the different ones. This would be a pain, by the way, to do on your own. And the key is that it doesn't just buy these, it rebalances. And that's the key here, right? Because you'll have days like, for example, TQQQ will shoot up, in a week's time, will shoot up 100% or something like that. When it shoots up 100%, you want to rebalance your portfolio and put money somewhere else. And that's how you actually get the safety along with the very good gains, right? It's intelligent portfolio construction, and that's how you end up making all the money. That's why having like a robot that'll automatically look at the stuff and rebalance for you is really important, because that's how you're actually going to end up with these returns. You can't just go and buy them and that's it, right? You actually have to be rebalancing and trading them on a regular basis, right? So I very much like this strategy as well. We have our own money, like I said, in this as well, and so far we've been making good money. So I'm happy with it so far. All right, cool. All right, so that's a couple of our strategies. We've showed you everything from our day trading, to trading off of Reddit, to building intelligent portfolios. I have a few more that I can show you guys. We have a whole library, like I said. There's tons of different things. We have things where we trade off of like macroeconomic things, where we use like the debt, where the Fed Reserve, that they take on debt. We trade off of that. We're building out a bunch of options trading strategies as well. Which we're going to have a separate webinar to kind of explain a bunch of that stuff, where, you can trade volatility and all that sort of thing. We have lots and lots of different strategies, and we just keep growing more and more of them. So if you guys join our courses, not only are we going to teach you how to do this stuff, we're going to give you access to that big library. So you'll be able to either use it right out of the box, or, modify it to do whatever you want it to do. You'll have access to that sort of stuff. All right. Cool. So that's the demo.
All right, guys. So what'd you think about that? I'm gonna close this up here and take a look at your comments. We have a couple comments here. So Omar, my apologies. I just joined as I had some questions connecting to a session. The question is, are we going to have a recorded lecture this session, as I need to attend it from scratch? So if you're attending one of our classes, then yes, they're recorded. Every class is recorded, and you can see that up on our website. Basically, if you want to see recorded classes, if you choose to join one of our classes, go to lumiwealth.com. Once you log in, you go into under account, right? And then you can check out enrolled courses, and that's how you can see all the classes. Here's the most recent class, Algo Trading. This is all recorded as to what we were up to over the past few weeks. We've done some really cool stuff over the past few weeks. Some good recordings here. You click into that and see the recordings. The live sessions are the ones I recommend the most, but you could access them that way as well. Right? Thank you for that question, Omar. Let me know if that answered your question. Sam says, is that the time frame for the test for market pattern? I'm not sure what you mean by that, Sam. We're running through a few different back tests there. Let me know which one you meant and kind of the time frame for all that. And you know, back tests change over time. We're right now in a different kind of market than we were when that video was recorded. And you know, there's a lot of different strategies that you use. You know, right now volatility strategies are making a lot of money. We've seen a shift in the strategies that work well. So it's actually interesting to see how like different types of markets, you have different kind of strategies that make you money. You know? We've seen some students have done very well in this, especially option trading students. They've done very, very well trading volatility and whatnot. Avanish, so it's amazing to see the libraries being tested with paper trading. Programmer, and was wondering if we can contribute to the library students. Absolutely. Yeah, we're always looking for people to help out with LumiBot. If you want to help out, let me know. Send me a message. Send me a message on this platform, right? Or send me an email. I'll have my email, rob@lumiwealth.com. This goes for anyone. If you guys want to message me, that's my email. You know, let me know. But if you want to contribute to the library, you're a programmer, you love this stuff, let me know. You know, we could always use some contributors. This is, you know, we're an education community. We want to really help people build these things. So if you want to contribute, absolutely, let me know. Omar asked, do you have an installments plan? Yes, we do. We have an installments plan. You could either pay 3 or 5 months. We also support other plans outside of that. If you want to pay over a longer period of time, you can talk to one of our staff and they'll kind of figure this out for you. It's more custom. The 3 and 5 month payment plans you could get right off our website. And I'll walk you through that a little bit later today as well. Ernesto asked, what's the best time frame that you had the best of returns? Sorry, I'm not sure what you mean by that, Ernesto. If you want to rephrase that, I can answer that. But we've done quite well. I could tell you we have definitely done quite well with our investments. This year, you know, like last year was incredible. We all did very well last year. You could go on here, like for example, you want to read about some of our students' returns. It's actually a student recently. Let me got some tie-in. You know, this guy who turned 20K into 124K. Someone who just recently posted this, like earlier today, talking about turned 20,000 to 124,000 in about a year. I'm not saying everyone can do that, but it's one of our students, 6 times the investment. We've done quite well with our investments as well. We've done a lot of stuff for clients. I can't talk about specifically all the returns. I can tell you some of our options trading clients have done very, very well. You know, it's proprietary. They pay us to not tell people, but I can tell you they've done quite well. So there's a lot of opportunities here in terms of all these different things. Right? Thank you for that question. Do you teach ML models for trading in your course? We actually, by the way, Art, we have an entire class on machine learning, right? Taught by a very, very intelligent person. The class we're talking about today is Algorithmic Trading, but there's another course that's taught by someone that is, I think, like a genius, and that is Greg. Let me see here. And Greg is a graduate from Caltech, from Stanford, and from Berkeley, right? So three of the worst schools in the world, right? You know, Caltech, Berkeley. Very, very intelligent person, Greg Tanaka. He runs basically an investment firm that uses artificial intelligence to trade mostly crypto, actually. They do a lot of money on crypto. He teaches our machine learning course. If you're interested in taking this, great course, genius person to learn from. I can't think of anyone better to learn machine learning for finance than this guy, and he's luckily one of our instructors. So if you want to learn about all those types of things, then that is a class that's available to you. This webinar really is more about algorithmic trading, which is more broad, but then machine learning is a very specific area of this, and personally, I think very lucrative, very a way to make a lot of money in this space. I'm going to actually post this link in here if you're interested. Okay. Ernesto says 1 minute, 5 minute. So what's the best time frame you had for best returns? Oh, I see what you mean. 1 minute, 5 minute. It depends on a strategy, Ernesto. So if you're using like a machine learning strategy, the shorter time frames are much better. 1 minute, 5 minute are very good for like AI type models. But for some of the models I was demoing today, just kind of using really good financial principles. They're more long term, right? They're more like a month, 2 months out. So it really depends on what you're doing, right? Like there's different ways to make money. Is it a short term? We make trades and we just take profits, right? Are we in the crypto market? Are we in the stock market? There's a lot of details around this, right? I generally have kind of a mix of the two, right? I like my short term and I like my long term. And I like to diversify my risk quite a bit. I think looking in terms of the grand portfolio and how you reduce your risk and increase your returns over a long period of time, that's a smart way to do it. We actually have a really good course coming up, and we'll have a webinar soon about this, of someone who works in this industry, manages several $1,000,000 for his clients, and he'll actually even address specific trading strategies for you as well. So look out for this. It's actually going to be a really cool one. I'm actually really looking forward to this too. Right. Okay, cool. So that's pretty much that. If you guys have any more questions, please feel free to type out your questions. Let me know what you think, and if you have any thoughts, questions, thoughts about anything we're doing today. But that's our demo, right? Let's talk about our course for a little bit, right? So this is a class on how to actually do this stuff, right? So really, this class is about taking your financial knowledge, or even helping building your financial knowledge, and taking that and automating it, really, right? So, Google is beat libraries hand and fist. Like Facebook, made Polaroid obsolete. Instagram made Polaroid obsolete. So technology has really done amazing things in the world. And investing is not any different, right? Um, Entire industries have been disrupted by software, and for good reason, because it's quicker, better, faster, right? Cheaper, better, faster, right? And that's basically what we teach in this course, right? How to do that, how to take your investing strategies, your trading strategies, and how do we automate those for you to make more money and do better in the long run, right? Here are the three plans. Some of the three plans we have: the self-directed plan, okay, which is all about watching videos. It's really up to you. You're kind of driving this yourself, right? You're watching the videos on your own. You get access to videos. You get access to our community. You get access to all our code, which is quite valuable. You get access to a lot of different strategies. You just take our strategies and use them if you want, right? But you get access to all that stuff. That's a self-directed plan. It's the cheapest plan that we have. And you can access all those things directly. Our code, our community, learn from other people. It's quite a valuable thing. A lot of people love this, right? But then the most popular plan that we have is our live classes plan, which is basically everything that I just talked about. You get access to our community, our Discord, our live channels. There's live voice channel that we go down, discussion hour. Every Tuesday, people in our classes, we talk live voice, not over chat, like a voice. It's like you really get to know these people, and learn how they're making money and what they're doing. And some of these people are very successful. So you get to learn from all those people, the community. You get the pre-recorded videos, you get the code as well. And live classes, you also get to join in live. It's like this. It's like this right now. I can read your questions. I'm going to answer this question in a second as well. But we're going to be doing this over Zoom. So you could turn on your microphone and you could talk back, right? What do you think about this? Do you have a question? If you're going through this, are you stuck somewhere? You can ask that question. We share screens quite often, so it really helps you learn faster and get to where you want to be really quickly. We've had some very successful students, and I hope that you guys will join that as well. So we have a question here, Omar. Where can I see a demo again? As I joined late, it's on YouTube. Yeah, so let me show you the demo here. We're going to go back here. Copy, I believe. See if that works. Nope, that did not work.
If you guys join our courses, not only are we going to teach you how to do this stuff, we're going to...
There we go. I believe that's it. There you go, Omar. That's for you. The video to the demo. So if you like to watch that. All right. So that's of course. We have our live courses plan, which is definitely most popular out of any of them. Then we also have our project help and tutoring plan, which is basically everything that you heard about before. You get to be part of our community. You get to watch the pre-recorded videos. You get to get access to all the code. You get to be part of live classes over Zoom, which is super, super, super valuable. People love that. I think it's really cool. Actually, yesterday we had a thing where I was teaching this class and like, yeah, do you want to build a bot? And, like, we built a bot live during the class. And people said, oh, what if you did this? What if you did that? And kind of see how this works. Live classes are really cool. There's a reason why it's our most popular plan. But then, maybe even want more help than live classes. Maybe you want some of our development team to get involved. We have a team of very skilled developers. Some people take a class and are like, you know what, this is still quite difficult for me. Maybe what you could do is you could help out build the starting of the bot, right? So build out the bot from the beginning, and then once you take these courses, you can understand how to change it, how to make it better, right? So you have our development team helping you out through this whole situation. That's a project help and tutoring plan. People love this. People that really are serious about investing and have something that they really want to have built out. This is the way to go. Speeds it up and make sure you put in less effort and it's done properly by our team as well. So that's our different plans, 3 different plans. Here's the pricing for those plans. Self-directed, as I said, is our plan where you basically just learn from pre-recorded videos. You're still part of our community. You still get access to if you want to talk to me, if you want to get on a call, you can still do that, right? You still have access to all of the code right from this plan, but it's the option where you can save some money and you can still learn a lot about this course, right? The most popular plan, as I said before, is the live classes. This is awesome. It's really cool. Honestly, I love teaching this, by the way. I love going through this. I did this yesterday, and we were building strategies live, right? Like, we spent 30, 40 minutes just like building this live. Everyone gets involved, and what about this, and what about that? And we built out some really cool stuff. And it's really cool to be part of this live class because it's interactive. You really learn so much more from this than just watching a video. It's really great experience, and this one is 3,700 approximately per month. I think we have a discount coming up sometime soon, but that is the price, of course. And then the most prestigious. If you guys want to build something that really is gonna, you guys have something in mind. You want to build something that it's really gonna make some money. You really care about this a lot. It's something that's important to you. We have the $5,300 project help and tutoring plan, and this will basically get our software engineers. We will have software engineers from our company build things for you, right? So you have not just the videos, not just the code. You have the live classes. You interact with everyone. By the way, live classes, if you take them, you can retake live classes as many times as you want. You can retake it 2-3 times. You have to. Life gets in the way. You can retake it as much as you want. And then you have that, and then you also have the project help tutoring plan, which has been quite popular lately. People actually really like the idea of us being able to get our staff involved in helping building their algorithms. So those are three different plans. I'm going to check the chat here. See what you guys have been asking. Thank you so much. No problem, Omar. Ivana says, do you have some special bundles for courses? Yes, we do. Absolutely. You definitely save if you buy several courses together. In the website itself, if you add two courses together, if you do more than one at a time, so this one and maybe one other one, if you add the two together, you save 10% automatically. But talk to our staff, talk to some of our sales reps. They could even set you up with even more. If you want to buy larger bundles, we're starting to actually move towards that as a company. The bigger bundles, we're starting to find that students actually really like that a lot, where you don't just take one class, you take two or three, and you kind of get the full spectrum that you really get in depth into this. I find that that actually is really helpful for students. So we're doing more and more of that. We do it automatically from a website right now. You can talk to our sales staff. We're eventually going to have like a whole page on this because I think the big, the programs are the ones that do the best. And we have a lot of different classes that we build into programs, and you can learn a lot from doing the whole thing. So, great question. Thank you, Avinash. You have another one as well. Like, if you want to do both algorithm and machine learning, yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. If you want to do both of those, we'll definitely give you a good discount. I think I'm a big believer in when you go through a whole course of things. It's not just one class at a time. You do the whole course. I think these people do a lot better. I've seen a lot of these students that have done, two, three courses. They're the ones that are building the cool stuff. They're the ones that are really doing well for themselves. So I'm a big believer in that. We're going to be even driving that forward as a company even further because I think there's a lot of value in that. So Avanish, absolutely. If you want to save some money, talk to our sales staff. They'll get you some good discounts. You automatically get 10% by adding two to your cart. But yeah, I think it's a great idea to take more than one because that's when you really like learn about what to do. Okay, cool. So we have those three classes. Just keep scrolling down here. You can learn about our course outcomes. We're going to talk about the curriculum as well. Here's when the course starts. Actually, let's talk about curriculum before we talk about course starting dates. But if you click on this up here, select options, so it'll take you right down to the course start dates. But I'm going to skip that for a second. I'm going to talk about the course curriculum first. So the course is broken down into three parts. It's 12 weeks in total, three different parts, so 4 weeks each. The first part is really your introduction. So whether you are brand new to coding, if you're brand new to coding, we show you how to code, we teach you how to code. If you have coded before, then maybe the first week or two might be a little bit redundant, but then we quickly get into things that are more specific to what we're doing here, right? So it's a very beginner-friendly course, right? But still quite challenging if you're someone who knows how to code because it's so specific, and you're going to learn a lot about exactly what we're trying to do here. So part one is 4 weeks. Week one is a course introduction. It's very nice. You get to know your students. Other people are doing this with you. I believe in community a lot. I love when people get to know each other and build things together. There's been a lot of students that have built things together. So community means a lot to me, and I think to you guys too, taking this course. We're going to set up your computer. We're going to make sure you're all prepped for the course, right? Week two is really going to Python. It's like super, it's like learning how to do Python in one day. It's a pretty intense class if you're brand new. If you have done this before, it's pretty easy, right? But either way, you're going to learn a lot in a very short amount of time. Then we talk about pandas, which is basically like Excel or how you work with data in Python. It's basically data science. So we teach you data science here. And then week four, we talk about how to apply that data science to the finance world, right? That's all stage one. That's all phase one, the first 4 weeks. Part two is when things really get more specific. When we talk about finance, how do you apply data science to finance? So we're going to show you how to build bots here. We're going to start showing you the details of how do you get a bot running, how do you back test your strategy, how do you make sure that what you're going to be doing is going to be making some money, how do you download data from the internet on how to what does insider trading look like, What does it look like for the news for a particular crypto coin? How do you trade based off of technical indicators? We're going to talk about all that stuff here using data science to apply to the world of finance and build bots. Right. And part 3 is going to be all about launching your bots and going through lots of different examples. We have so many different bots. If there's anything you get from this course, even if you don't show up to classes, is some people that literally just pay us money just to like get our bots. Fair enough, that's cool. We've built a lot of bots. You can get a lot of code from us for free, or not for free, or part of the course, right? But if you take the class, we teach you how to do this, and we'll show you lots and lots of different examples of bots that you can take yourself and even modify and do even better. We've built bots for a lot of different people. A lot of them have been quite successful. Definitely made some good money off this stuff. So, we'll give you access to all these different examples and show you how to do them. But then also, you can take those and apply your own skills that we've taught you throughout this as well. Right? We'll check really quickly the chat. So we're going to check here. Chaw, prox, how long will this course take? 1 month, 3 months, etc. So this course is 12 weeks. So 3 months long is this course, right? And we just walk through this here. Week 1, 2, 3, 4. So 3 parts, 4 weeks each part. So it's a 12-week long course. So to tell you more about the live course, the next session starts June 23. So coming up pretty soon. So in about a month from now, this class is coming up. Registration closes June 16th, right? We should have a early bird special up here as well. The course is 12 weeks long, right? Spend about 8 to 12 hours per week. It depends. The live classes are actually really great because you can retake them as many times as you want. So we say 8 to 12 hours per week, but it kind of depends on your schedule. And if you want to retake it, you're more than welcome to do that. We also have a lot of study groups that you're part of to really help you get through all this stuff. So 8 to 12 weeks, but really you can pace it kind of on your own level as well. The class is going to be every Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern, which is 5 p.m. Pacific, right? So every Thursday, going for 12 weeks, starting on June 23rd. And it's about 2 hours every week in lecture time. And then you're going to have a lot of time outside of that to ask questions, to work with your friends, your peers, to build these projects out, right? Speaking of projects, there's really 2 projects you're going to do. You have one project where you're going to be analyzing investment strategies. So what do I want to be investing in and why, and how do I make money off this stuff? And then project 2 is going to be building that live trading bot to really take advantage of all this stuff. You guys are actually brand new to this. We've been improving our technology quite a bit. So you guys that join in, you're going to have a huge advantage where we're also going to walk you through a lot of crypto stuff and show you a lot of really cool things on how to make money in this space using algorithms. It's fascinating what was possible, and we'll show you some really cool things with our technology. It keeps getting better and better, and it's actually awesome. Here's a little bit about myself. If you want to learn a little bit about me, you can do so here. I'm the CEO of Lumi Wealth. Our company's been growing quite quickly. We've been doing a lot of we've been making good money off of these courses. We've been making good money off of providing technology for people, developing bots for people, and our own investments have done quite well over the years. So we've done very well. So I'm a CEO of that. Before this, I used to work at a company called Voyager. You guys might know it if you're in the crypto space. As employee number 5 there, start from scratch. Basically a Coinbase competitor. It's proud to say actually that it was employee number 4. That company's worth over $1 billion now, last time I checked. So really cool. Look it up. If you want to learn a little bit more about me, check this out. I'll probably put my LinkedIn here somewhere, but I've been programming for 20 years. I've been in the finance. I love this stuff. This is what I love. So you can read a little bit more about me here if you like. And then also, don't take my word for it. Check out our students. Ageem is in a few of our classes by now. Learn about what he's been up to. He's done very well for himself. He actually started his own business for investing advice. Renee's done very well. Sintayan, this guy, this is actually the person I was talking about here. 6 times his investment in the past year. Done really well, very good programmer, very successful financially. And they could like read more about any of our reviews here. We're adding more and more. Really great people have accomplished great things. There's just applying software to finance. Like I mean, that's an obvious way to make money. You know? Like I think that's a pretty easy way to improve your investment returns. Just use software, right? So we have a couple questions here. So Avanish, do these strategies also work in a bear market? Do you have specialized strategies for that? You know, that's a great question. And actually, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. We don't have anything specifically for bear markets. And I'll tell you why. It's because bear markets don't tend to last very long. If you look at the total of the market and the returns over, let's say, a 10-year period, maybe a year and a half, 2 years of that is a bear market, and the rest 8 years are upwards. So it's much rarer, right? So we don't tend to focus on that. But you can definitely we can definitely build strategies for bear markets. We have the ability to back test this stuff. We can take past data and we can actually figure out ways to make money, whether the market's up or down. You know, and this doesn't happen often. We're down, what, 20% off the peak, pretty much almost the definition of a bear market, depending on what index you're looking at. But, you know, using data, we can figure out how do we deal with this the best. And I could tell you, and honestly, after looking at all the data, this is a very good time to buy. I swear to you, it's not. I don't, you know, I'm not an investment advisor, right? I don't want to say whatever, but in my humble opinion, I think it's a very good time to buy into the market. When the market's down 20%, this is a way that you can really make a lot of cash. That's just based on data, right? And if you go through a class, you could actually we could show you how to like analyze all these things and build bots. Even when the market's down, you can make money, especially in like options, things like that. So a lot of ways to make money when the market's down. Very good question. Thank you. Um, and off topic, do you have books that you would recommend for programmers who want to learn more about finance? Yeah, so one of them is this one, the Man Who Saw the Market. I think this is a great book. It doesn't go into all the details, but this is a very inspiring book about Jim Simmons, who built one of the best hedge funds ever in the world. Made 40% on average for 30 to 40 years, almost never lost money. Incredibly rich, one of the richest people on earth, really. He's I think worth like 10, $20 billion last time I checked. Great book to read. And it's basically what we're doing here. It's like he is the pioneer of what we're doing, right? He's the godfather of algorithmic trading. I think it's a great book to read. So check that out. I put that in the chat. All right, great question. Thank you very much. All right, cool. So that's the course, right? Any questions, guys? Any last questions that we have before we finish for today? What do you guys think about this? You know, how can I help you on your journey? How can I help you build what you want to build? It's what I really want to do. You know, we have courses here. They're live classes. This is what we're all about. Do you have a specific strategy you want to build? Do you want to automate what you're doing? I love seeing people with great strategies that we want to automate. We've really made a lot of money for our clients. I love doing that sort of thing. Those are my favorite clients, the people that have a strategy that seems to be working. Let's just automate it, right? But even if that's not you and you want to learn a little bit more about this, I mean, this is what we do, right? Like, let's make some money together, right? Do we have installment payments, chat? Yeah, sorry, I didn't fully go over this. Yes, we do. So if you go to our, and here, let me put this website here, so you guys can click on this link. Yes, we have installment payments. So if you go to any one of these, you see up here, there's 3 and 5 month payment plans available for every single plan. So let me go through like the live class, for example. So I click on options, select options, and select course. When I go in here, it asks my cart. I proceed to checkout. Right, I could put in my coupon here. If you speak to our sales team, you might get a nice coupon. There's also a lot of what's it called? Early bird specials. I don't know what. It's not up on our website right now, but you could definitely get some coupon codes. And then you proceed to checkout. Okay, and when you're in the proceed to checkout area, you see here, you click on pay with payment plan, and there's 3 and 5 month payment plans. There's a little bit of an interest involved in that. You know, we're providing financing, So we have a little bit of interest, but you can pick the 3 or 5 month payment plans here, right? And then if you pick 5 months, for example, here, you go down, and then here it says, you know, what is your next payment, right? This is $878, right? Payable now, right? So we have payment plans available for everything, 3, 5 months. If you need more than that, then you can also do that as well by speaking to some of our sales reps. Right? Thank you for that question. Right. Any other questions? What do you guys think about all this? Any questions? Any thoughts? You know, I love the question about investing in bear markets. It's actually something I really want to do, is making strategies that work either direction. There's a lot of strategies that can do that, especially when they're automated. You know, you can be very fast about what you're doing. So great question. Absolutely love that question, by the way. All right, so I'm gonna give it a little bit more time, but generally is great having you guys here. By the way, I loved having you guys here. You guys are asking great questions. I loved having you guys on this call today. Honestly, I hope to see you guys in class. If you need payment plans, you can get that as well. This is fantastic. You know, let's build some great algorithms. Let's make some money. Let's do all this stuff. You know, in the bear market, I want to make more money going down than up as well. You know? So Stacy says, which class would you recommend first? It depends what you're trying to do. We kind of have 2 tracks, right? We have our blockchain and Web3 kind of track. So if you want to do that, I recommend the blockchain class or the Web3 class. Or you could do the algorithmic trading. If you're doing algorithmic trading, I definitely recommend this class first. This is our introductory class, algorithmic trading. And again, you could check us out. Courses, algorithmic trading. This is kind of like the first class, the class that started it all. It's also the most beginner-friendly class, right? Or, you know what? Or I'll tell you, if you're interested in crypto, if you're more interested in trading crypto than you are in trading stocks, and take our crypto trading class. They're very similar to each other, but one is more geared towards crypto, and the other one's what we're talking about today is geared more towards stocks. They're both very similar. You're building algorithms for both, but it depends on your asset class and what you want to trade. So I'd either take the algorithm trading class, which is for stocks mostly, but we show you a little bit of everything, show you a little bit of crypto, show you a little bit of options. Or you take our crypto trading class, which is specifically for crypto. And it really depends what you're trying to learn how to do. There are details between them, right? Thank you for that, Stacy. Avinash, I like math, programming, automation. Thanks for the presentation. It is definitely a great one. It inspires me. Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you. Honestly, if anything, please join our community. You know, I love having smart people building this stuff. You know, we're really all about the future of finance, right? We have classes around this, and I want to teach you guys how to do this stuff, but I strongly believe in the future of this, right? We're building SaaS products around this. We're building a community around this. This is what we do. We want to make money using software, and that's the smartest way to do this. I think there's some really radical and amazing things that we can do if we use software for investments. We can really scale up a lot of things. I think we can make the world a much better place. Yeah, thank you very much. If you want to be part of this, please join our community, join our classes. You know, this is a great thing. You know, absolutely love this stuff. Chao says, which class involves blockchain trading, crypto? Blockchain, if you want to learn about blockchain, this is taught by Alexandra. She's also a very good instructor. We have a blockchain programming course. Again, go to lumiwealth.com and go under courses. All right, I'll put this again into, actually, I'll take this whole thing. Put this into the chat here. There it is. But if you want to learn about the blockchain, you want to learn about, like, you know, Solidity programming and how do I make like a blockchain application, this is the way to go. We also have a Web3 course. If you want to learn how to like communicate with the blockchain and like make NFTs and stuff like that. If you want to trade crypto, if you want to make trading algorithms, that's a crypto trading class, or algorithmic trading or machine learning. It's all about trading, you know. So we kind of have those two different paths they can go down, right? And they're both very valuable in different ways, right? So Chal, if you want to learn how to trade crypto, I take the crypto trading algorithm class, or if you want to learn how to build your own blockchain programs, I take the blockchain programming class. They have their different value, right? You know, if you take both, you actually learn both about the whole spectrum, right? Avanesh says, do you think the automation has the best advantage in a volatile market? Absolutely, yes, absolutely. Sorry, I didn't finish reading your sentence. Has advantage in over faster transactions. Yeah, so volatility is your friend when you're making algorithms, right? You'll learn this when you're building out algorithms. Volatility is a really good friend of yours because human beings, they have like gut wrenching reactions to things and they're not fast enough. So when things move a lot, you can actually make a lot more money using algorithms because they're smarter, they're faster, and they don't make foolish decisions, right? It's like when the market falls 4%, they'll buy it. When you're like, oh my God, I want to get out of it, they'll buy it and they'll make you money because that's a statistically probable thing to do. Whereas you might get emotionally involved in it, right? And they're also much faster, right? They'll respond to things much quicker. So if there's like flash crashes, or if you're like trading crypto overnight, they don't sleep. So like you're sleeping and there's a crash, you would make money off that. Volatility is very valuable for algorithms. I think it's a great way to make money, actually. So great question. Thank you. Stacy says, do the classes build on each other from one program to the next? Yes, they do. Yeah. So the starting class really is the algorithmic trading class. That's kind of like the seed of it all. And then we have crypto trading, which is more specific to obviously crypto. Then we have our machine learning, which teaches you how to like take this and do machine learning around it. We have our options, which is like really into that specific asset class. The algorithmic trading class is kind of like the center of it all, and we take it from there, and you can build all these little things from there. All right, so great question. Thank you. Stacey says, great information. Thank you. Thank you, Stacey. Thank you for being here. I love your questions. Thank you very much. All right, any other questions, guys? This is fantastic. I love having you guys here. This is fantastic. Great group of people. I would love to see you guys in this class. You know what? I love seeing people that are enthusiastic, that are smart, because we could take all these aspirations that you have and all this energy to like build out some great bots. I love seeing what people build. We're actually building a website. I'd love to make it one day where you guys join our class, you build an algorithm, and then you can list it on our marketplace and even make money just off a marketplace. Like you build your own hedge fund kind of thing. It's kind of what we're working towards, but just saying, love you guys here. Thank you very much for all your questions. And that's about it. I'll guess we'll give a few more seconds if you guys want to write anything else. But honestly, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much for your questions. I hope to see you guys in the class coming up. This one starts in June. This one starts in June. All right. If you join early, it's not on the website right now, but we do have an early bird special on this as well. It's not up here for some reason, but if you join soon within the next few weeks, you could actually save some money, right? And if you want to join any other classes, right? We have our Web3 course coming up. We have our blockchain course coming up. It depends what you want to learn. Really, what we're all about is how do we use technology to make you money. That's what we're all about. I love both topics. These, tech I've been doing for 20 years is the thing that I love to do. In finance, I've worked on Wall Street, and I love both these topics. Is what we do. How do we make you money using technology? That's what we're all about. Okay, but I'm not seeing any more questions. So I think we can call it a night. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you so much for being here. It's been a pleasure. Honestly, thank you for your questions. Thank you for your attention. And I hope you guys have a great night, and I hope to see you guys in our next course coming up. All right. Have a good night. Cheers.